Now, we know the 49ers will be in Arizona for at least their next 2 home games, maybe beyond, because of an order in Santa Clara County preventing the 49ers from playing in their stadium. The Chargers and the Rams now are on notice of the possibility that Los Angeles County eventually will fall within parameters that justify a stringent stay-at-home order that potentially would keep the Chargers and the Rams from playing in their home stadium. It ties into the number of ICU beds, and the order was passed earlier this week. Here's Sean McVay, the Rams coach, from yesterday on the question of whether he's heard about the possibility that the Rams won't be able to play at SoFi Stadium.
Have not. No, haven't heard anything of that nature, Lindsay. So I think you would probably know as soon as I do if anything was affected, but we know we're focused on the Cardinals and don't anticipate that to be an issue with next week's game, if that's what you're alluding to as well.
You know, I think I'm going to need some Dramamine or something if they're going to keep using these moving backgrounds. It started with Roger Goodell at halftime of the Ravens-Steelers game where that background was moving on this tilted 3D thing that was mesmerizing. And now I don't know what was going on behind Sean McVay, but seriously, I got a little woozy during that.
Yeah, no doubt, Mike. And it's funny to see all these different coaches at their homes, and then you see them in their facility at different places in the facility. We've seen some pretty good backgrounds, but it's going to be interesting if you know the other 2 California teams have to move. But you're the first one that pointed this out. I remember the day the schedule came out, you said, hey, let's look at schedules and see where stadiums are available for the 3 California teams, because at that point in this COVID mess, it appeared that those teams may have to start the season outside of California. And, of course, they didn't. But now the 49ers have gone outside, and these other two teams may have to. And it looks like it could be Dallas for the Rams if they have to go, and Las Vegas for the Chargers if they have to go. But you were on this from day one saying this might be a possibility for those 3 California teams.
Well, because California had reacted the most aggressively at that time, and that was the place where we thought it could happen. And Arizona jumped off the page. All you had to do was cross-reference the schedules, and there it is, San Francisco, Arizona. They can play all their games there, and there's never a conflict. There would be a conflict next weekend if the Chargers had to go to Las Vegas for their Week 14 game, but you just move somebody until the next day. We've seen doubleheaders on Mondays. That wouldn't be a big deal. Easily accomplished. The Rams and the Cowboys, no conflicts the rest of the season. They would have had something maybe Week 3. Obviously, that's not relevant now. And you know what Jerry Jones is going to say to the opportunity to throw the doors open to AT&T Stadium and have 30,000 people show up, and they probably could find 30,000 Rams fans in and around Dallas to come to a game, and it would be kind of different. And it's an occasion to get out and do things. And, you know, this is part of what we're living in now, this duality where there are people who would flock to an opportunity to see the Rams play anyone, even if it's not the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's what I would be interested to see, Mike. I was going to say that. Do they throw the doors open and put the fans in the stands, which the Rams haven't had at their home games this season? That would be a little different for the Rams to have fans there probably rooting for them, maybe rooting against them too. Who knows? Because it's obviously a lot of people aren't going to fly in from Los Angeles to go to those games. But it would be interesting. Line Jerry's pockets maybe a little bit more, help with some of the financial losses that he and every other owner is going to have this season. It's not going to make much of a dent, but it would be interesting if they open the doors to the Rams games here.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.